Hi everyone,
everybody.
welcome back to part two.
That's
everyone.
right. Part 2, and we have 14 more questions to answer. So if your question wasn't answered in part 1, or if your question wasn't answered in this part and you haven't watched part 1, it was probably answered in part 1. It's a long video, 31 minutes, but we think it'll be worth your time. We think you'll feel a little better. It'll brighten your day up. So the first question for part 2 is from Marissa Melcher and Owen Westbrooks. They both have the same question, and this is a good way to start off part 2. It says, "What is your goal for 2021?" What's your goal for 2021?
Well, to get 700 subscribers by the end of next year.
My goal is to get 1,000 subscribers and get monetized, get paid for my YouTube videos. That's my main goal, and hope you guys can help me make that happen. I'm at 763 right now as if I'm recording this. So we still have a little bit to go, but I feel like we can do it. I feel like we get around 240 people to do it. AC has about 700 Facebook friends.
770.
770, sorry.
He has less than me.
I have less than you.
Oh,
I'm not as
okay.
popular as Keister.
Well, on Facebook, yeah.
Facebook.
Well.
Instagram, I have more.
Yeah.
Facebook.
And YouTube.
You have more old friends.
Right. I've known them for years.
You relate to the old people more than I do.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
AC can attract people of all ages.
Right.
Something that few people can do. I know I can't do it. I don't
Oh.
think you guys can do it. Or if you do, good for you. I'm happy.
Fine for you guys.
Yeah. But my goal, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Help me get paid. 700 for him, but 1,000 would be nice for him too, so he could start getting paid for his videos as well. So I think that's all we have for that question. Here we go. Read the next question.
All right. So the next question is from Renee Williams, and she said, "What was your favorite movie you watched over the holidays?"
So I would say in the past month, I'd say. So
Yes.
favorite movie you've watched in the past month?
Well, I think, like I said in part 1, The Santa Claus, and also Christmas in Connecticut, which is a movie from 1945 with Barbara Stanwyck.
That was solid. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by Christmas in Connecticut. And your movies, when you pick on movie nights, I'd say, AC, most of your movies are crap. All movies are the same. Every single one of your movies, or most of them, are the same. You pick some good ones here and there, but most of them are the same.
Well, that's why.
But if you're into that, I'm glad you can enjoy something that I can't.
Yes.
So, okay, my favorite, It's a Wonderful Life, that I watched in the holidays. Favorite Christmas movie, I watched it again this Christmas, and I loved it just as much as I did the first time I watched it. So let's read the next question. Okay, Caleb Duckworth said, "What was your favorite Christmas present ever given to you?" My favorite Christmas present ever given to me is a tie between two. One is because it's crazy I can still remember what I got when I was 4 years old, 4 or 5. And the other one was obviously, it was a big surprise to me. Second one was very obvious. It's a kind of cliche pick, but it's obvious. First one's Pirates of the Caribbean car for when I was 4 or 5. Gosh, I was so surprised that my face lit up with joy. I used that pirate ship for a few years, and then it turned into junk, unfortunately. But gosh, I was very surprised, and Santa stayed up all night to make the pirate ship, and Santa took a little while, and he didn't go to as many houses, but it was worth it for me.
Ho, ho,
It was
ho.
really, Kyle Heine, shout out to Kyle Heine, my dad, he did a good job. Good surprise. And then my second one was my car I got 2 years ago. And I shouldn't have been surprised, but I was surprised. I thought I was going to get my car during the springtime. I got my permit in November, and then got the car in December. It was Christmas Day.
Oh, 2018.
2018. I was surprised. That was a big... I don't know if I was more surprised about the car or the pirate ship. But either way, my two favorite Christmas gifts, I'd say tied. Thank you, Mom and Dad, Kyle and Kelly Heine. What's your favorite Christmas present?
You know what?
ever.
You know what? Cause I think my favorite Christmas present would have to be I was in year six, but I was 12 years old. I was in the year six at the time, and I started being I was a huge John Wayne fan at the time, and that was when I started liking old westerns, and Dad bought me a lot of John Wayne movies on Amazon, including How the West Was Won, The Shooters, The Sons of Katie Elder, and many more, and like not just John Wayne stuff, but a few James Garner movies like Support Your Local Gunfire and Support Your Local Sheriff, and those are all great movies to watch. But I think most of you young guys don't even know those guys, but you're missing out. Don't miss out on James Garner and John Wayne.
Westerns aren't my thing, but I've seen a couple of those westerns, and they were all right.
Yeah.
But westerns are not my thing, but I like some westerns. And now let's see next. You can read.
Hey, I want to do one more.
Oh, one more. Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Well, another favorite present was from 2000. Well, I was 5 years old in 2007, and I got the Apple Doppelgang and the sequel, the Apple Doppelgang Rise Again from the 70s.
Western classics.
Well, they're Disney. They're more appropriate than the John Waynes and James.
Best comedic western of all time besides Blazing Saddles.
Oh yeah, Tim Conway and Don Knotts, and those guys were in the Apple Doppelgang films, and I've liked those movies ever since then, and that was my also favorite present.
All right, and now you can read the next question.
Okay. And the next question is from Jace Mizell and Brandon Heine.
Yeah, they both had the same question.
And they said, what is your favorite ride at Disney World?
My favorite ride at Disney World, it was Splash Mountain, but unfortunately, due to reasons, Disney decided to go with the Prince and the Frog theme instead. Unfortunately, it'll be the same ride, but just won't feel the same. Hopefully, it'll be better than I expected to be, but Splash Mountain was a classic. I can't believe they're getting rid of it. If they wanted a Prince and a Frog ride, they could have picked another ride.
Oh.
You don't pick Splash Mountain, but maybe there were other reasons behind it than what I think. I think another reason was because they always had the repair of the ride or something. I don't know. Maybe that's why they're doing it. I hope that's why they're doing it. That's why they had to repair it. There's sometimes where we couldn't even go on the ride because they had to repair it. Again, it's like every 2 or 3 years they have to repair it. But when I went on there, it's my favorite ride. I love the theme and I love the music and the big drop. We have a classic picture of us at Splash Mountain. It's in the other room, but if you guys want to see it sometime, let us know in the comments. And what's your favorite, AC? Favorite Disney ride?
Well, I said it's about a month ago.
Yeah, he already answered, but I think, was it Dumbo? Is that right?
No, it was probably Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain was your favorite too?
Yeah, they used to be Dumbo when I was very young.
Yeah, so we already answered that in a previous Q&A. So if from now on, if you guys ask questions that he's already answered, he'll send you a link to the video he answered the question in, so we don't get a lot of repeat questions.
Yes,
because we got a few repeat
about
questions.
5 or 6 repeats.
So I answered it, but he goes into more detail on another Q&A video.
Yeah.
So the next question is from, coincidentally, we mentioned him at the very end of part 1, Alex Harp. Ace, he already answered this question, but I'll answer it myself. Who's your favorite Wiggle?
That's why I do this, because the Wiggles do that.
That's right. He's a Wiggle without the dancing.
Oh yeah, Wiggles without just Wiggles.
Not the good dancing.
Yeah, the wiggly good dancing. And
my favorite Wiggle would probably all-time Wiggle would probably have to be either Anthony or Greg. Anthony's the glue of the Wiggles. There's no Wiggles without Anthony Field. I don't know how they're going to do it without Anthony when he retires or dies. But he's still doing it. He's 57 and he's still wiggling to this day. That's why AC still watches the Wiggles. Anthony's still there. Well, AC's got to stay loyal to his Wiggles.
And the OG Wiggles still do get together
occasionally. Yeah, every couple of years.
Just depends.
And Greg's probably my favorite, best singer of the not best singer,
Of the OGs.
best all around Wiggle ever. And we met the OG Wiggles in August 7th, 2012 in Nashville.
Yes.
You guys have probably seen the picture, but if you guys want to see the picture and you haven't seen it already, let us know in the comments below and we'll share the picture.
And I was and you know what? I was completely starstruck when I met them. I don't know what to do to myself.
AC was about to crap his pants. That's what it looks like in the picture. If you guys want to see the picture,
Looks like I was scared, but
you were scared.
Yes, I was very scared. I was very nervous in that picture. Did I want to do
They were
myself.
almost like to you. Almost it's like a god. It's like they're like gods to you.
Yes.
It's like they're so bright you couldn't even look at them. I can't look at the. Is it really the Wiggles? Is that really Greg Murray, Jeff, and Anthony?
Well, I didn't do this, but
I know.
But I was,
Yeah,
I was like half. I don't know if I was sleep. I was not even sleeping. But I
You
was
weren't
like,
sleepy.
But I was like, in my dream here, is this
You were
real?
starstruck, like you said.
Yes.
I was a little bit too, but AC especially. He knew it was going to happen. It's not like he was surprised. He just was shocked they were real people. He was shocked they weren't robots.
Maybe.
Okay. Next question is. Oh, okay, that's your question. You're right.
Oh.
So Alex Harp.
Okay.
AC, tell him your favorite Wiggle, but you already answered in the Q&A.
Well, Alex, my favorite Wiggle, let's say I'd be Greg and
Greg, okay.
Greg Wiggle.
And now, next question.
All right, and then Coral Johnson said, "What is your favorite Disney movie?" My favorite Disney movie would have to be The Absent-Minded Professor,
Of course.
and which features Fred McMurray and Nancy Olsen from the olden days, and Disney made a sequel a few years later in 1963 called Son of Flubber.
Wasn't as good as F's My Professor, but it was okay.
But which they had like Paul Lynde from Bewitched, and he had his own show.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, and he's a comedian. And Joe Flynn from McHale's Navy had a starring role, and Harvey Korman had like a little cameo there.
Yeah, my
And
favorite. So you got to go through the whole cast.
Wait,
okay.
and Hal Smith Hal Smith, who played Otis Campbell at the Andy Griffith Show, played the bartender in that movie, and it was great.
Mm-hmm. And my favorite Disney movie, I don't know what you consider a Disney movie, but since Disney owns Lucasfilm, I'll say Empire Strikes Back is my favorite Disney movie. But if I had to pick another one, probably be Aladdin would probably be my favorite Disney movie so non-Lucasfilm, non-Marvel. It'd probably be Lion King. No, Aladdin. Lion King's my second, but Aladdin's probably my favorite actual Disney movie. Empire Strikes Back is if you include Lucasfilm and Marvel as well. So next question is from Brooke Krim, and she said, "What is your favorite thing to do at Disney?" AC?
Well, my favorite thing to do at Disney is to eat at Ohana's. Every Disney trip we go to Ohana's.
Oh yeah.
And they have good lo mein. They have good steak. They have good
Everything. I have good dessert. We get burger with pie.
yes, good meat. And yes,
It was up until a couple years ago where AC quit eating their chicken nuggets. All I had there was their chicken nuggets and fries. But they did have good chicken nuggets and fries.
yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
It was family style too. If you've never heard of it.
And also over the years, I've been at some few Disney buffets, and they were so yummy, and
I call AC the buffoon from the buffet.
right.
He loves eating buffets.
And sadly, there are not much buffet options right now because of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Screw you, COVID.
But hopefully soon there'll be more Wiggly buffets.
That's probably the thing AC's sassed about when it comes to COVID. No more buffets. Rest in peace to most buffets.
For a little while.
Or maybe forever.
You never
We'll have
know.
to see.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do at Disney too is probably just go to the parks, eat the food, enjoy the rides. I love everything about Disney. The only thing I don't like about Disney is how it's always crowded. And sometimes the weather, sometimes it rains. And when it rains hard. I just don't like how there's always a lot of people there. There's a reason why Disney's great. Some people don't like it for those reasons, but I don't like it. But there's so many other good things that overshadow the negatives in my opinion. So, your turn to read the question. I think is that right? Yeah, Brooke Crema. Yeah.
Actually, we already did it.
Colorado.
All right. Carl Reinwald said, if you eat one restaurant every day, what restaurant would it be? Well, I think it'd have to be Chong's Buffet in Paducah, because Chong's has lots of great Chinese food.
Chinese food.
It has
Chinese food.
It has lo mein. It has all sorts of rice: white rice, fried rice, green beans, egg rolls, wontons, and
Chicken, like
fried breast chicken.
British chicken,
What kind of other chickens?
orange chicken. Well, I don't know if they have orange.
Oh, they sometimes they
have
do.
chicken on a stick. They have chicken.
Yeah.
See.
And all the other.
They have sweet and sour chicken.
Oh yes, sweet and sour chicken. Yes, and
There's other ones too. I can't think.
yeah,
of
all the other foods.
And my favorite, no, not my favorite. The one restaurant, if I eat there every day, I'd say Cracker Barrel. They have the most diverse menu that I can think of. Cracker Barrel, you could have breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same time. I feel like I could survive on a Cracker Barrel for life. I might get fat, but really, if I had to pick one restaurant that I'd eat, that's where I'd get my food from, it'd be Cracker Barrel. They have the most diverse menu. Shout out to Mike McKee if you're watching this. If you're not, then someone will say, "Oh, hey, Mike, I heard you've got a shout out." So shout out to Mike McKee. Time to move on to the next question.
And he's a Cracker Barrel manager, by the way.
By
If you don't know him,
All right. And the next question's from Wesley Williamson. He said, tea or coffee? And I say tea. What do you say?
tea. Me too, but tea.
I'm not a big coffee guy, but
Yeah.
if I'm in the mood for coffee, I'll drink coffee. But I like sweet tea. Sweet tea is my go-to restaurant drink. Now it's AC's question. Oh wait, sorry, that question's on there twice.
All right.
Okay,
And Troy York said, favorite reverend?
my favorite reverend. There's a lot of great reverends out there. I would say the great Nathan Joyce, my current pastor at Heartland Church.
Well, very hard one, Troy, but I think.
What do you say?
I think-
want to hear AC's.
You know what? I think it's.
You might offend some people because you have a lot of pastor
It
friends.
might be the Reverend Cliff Easter or Troy, your brother Trad York, but I don't know, just Trad or
Dang,
Cliff.
Nathan's gonna kill you in the comment section. Nathan, you heard it right here. You're not AC's favorite pastor. AC's.
He's my third.
Maybe I was
favorite.
wrong about you. You're. Oh man. Maybe you've been kissing up to Nathan all this time. You're my favorite pastor, Nathan. Just remember that. You're his third favorite. Not even number one or two. Third, that's terrible. But either way, there's a lot of good pastors out there I need to mention. Dax Hughes, Glenn Ross, Brian Phelps,
Good evening.
Nate Williams, Mark Glass. The list goes on.
Ryan
Those are
Harrison, BJ
Those
Lampley.
are just Heartland people.
I'm sorry, but I'm saying all around.
Oh, yeah, I said
all
Jeremiah
around
Ross already.
Metropolis.
Okay. There's so many. So
Yeah.
next question is from Sarah Wessel, and she said, "This is an interesting question. What makes a good teacher?" And that's a hard question, but if I describe it, someone that obviously cares for the kids or young adults they teach. They're patient, which, man, you have to be patient to be a teacher for sure. You just have to be patient. You have to be a special person for that. It's patient, cares about the kids. Understand basically goes with that, but has a sense of humor to me. Some people may not value that as much, but I value a good sense of humor. And relatable, that's another one. Entertaining, of course. Be educational while entertaining.
Great
Some
words.
some teachers I've had are either too entertaining or too... They're funny, but they don't really get to the point. But good teachers balance it. Entertaining and educational. Some are too educational; they're just too straight from the book. But luckily, I haven't had many of those teachers that were both of those. So I've had a lot of good teachers over the years, including you. And I'm not just saying that because you asked the question. You probably won't. You were originally my favorite teacher. First grade, my favorite teacher. It's hard to say my favorite teacher now, but you're definitely up there. Definitely got me into, besides my dad, you got me into reading books. So, yeah, it takes a lot. So, I'm trying to think what else to say about what makes a good teacher. Do you have anything else to add? What else makes a good teacher that I failed to mention?
Absolutely.
I'm sure I failed to mention something, but
That's okay.
that's what I could think of.
Be yourself and
right.
and just ignore the bullies and
No, don't ignore the.
Sorry,
if,
don't
if
ignore
someone's
them.
bullying, call them out. Punish them.
Just call the principal or just don't get into too much of the fight. Just
Yeah, and maybe bully. There's always a reason why people bully. So
and
even though punish them, discipline them, right? But also
Yes.
they also try to relate to them too, which I feel that's a hard one. It's really hard to do both.
and
The great teachers do both.
and just talk to a child on their level.
Thank you, Joe Frost.
And just talk to a child your students on their level and just be a good teacher. Just talk to the child on their level and just do that and you'll be fine.
That's right. There might be more, but I think that's all we can think of right now
Right.
for that question. So, how many more questions? We have two questions left. So, two more questions. AC.
All right.
What's the next one? I'll read the last one.
And then the second to last question is from a great mate, Karen Bunch. And she said, if you could meet and visit any celebrity, living or dead, who would it be and what would you talk about?
That's a hard one. That's AC. I think AC already knows his answer. I'll have to think about that for a second.
Well,
so you go, AC.
I think it would have to be Fred McMurray because we would be talking about how you enjoy being on the show, My Three Sons, and I'll tell him, hi, I'm a big fan of yours. I enjoy you and Ask My Professor and all the other Disney movies and your other movies. You're my number one favorite actor, and Fred would hear this in heaven if he wasn't. Because he's not with us anymore. Obviously, he died about close to 30 years ago, and so I would like to just meet Fred. If Fred, I dream sometimes. I dream about met Fred McMurray. I dreamed about Fred McMurray one time. I met him at Disney World and signed the autographs.
You told me that story.
In my dreams, like he's signing autographs to fans, and he did shows there, and that was a great dream of mine years ago.
Yeah, mine. This is a hard one. I'll just name a few. I would say, Paul McCartney would be one, and then another one would be. This might surprise people. Chris Pratt, and then LeBron James would be another one, and there's another actor I was thinking about. Oh, Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart's another one. Those are four I can think of out of the top of my head, but I'm probably missing someone that would probably be on my top list too. But I can't. It's hard to pick just one. Those are just top four I can think of out of the top of my head right now. And there's one more question. Last question is from Eamon White, and he said, "What do you like most about Disney?" Kind of the same question that we've already answered, but it's a different question, so we'll answer it. So what do you like most about Disney, AC?
I like the live action Disney movies and
No, I don't know if he means Disney the park or Disney. So do Disney parks and then Disney in general.
Or Disney parks. I think I like the rides and the rides are great for children, for teenagers, for 20-year-olds, for everyone.
For 80-year-olds as well?
Yes, for people in their 70s and 80s and 60s, retirement age. And that's what I liked about the Disney parks. And about the Disney franchise, something I like about the live-action Disney movies. a few of the animated films like Toy Stories and Richard Katz and Robin Hood and all the other stuff. And I just like the live act. That's why I like live action Disney movies so much because I'm a big we're a big Disney World family.
That's right. And I'd say the anime movies are my favorite thing about Disney. I feel like animated movies, I don't know if they'd probably be a thing, but they just wouldn't be the same without Disney. They'd be completely different. I don't think they'd be as popular today. I don't think there'd be as many good anime movies without Disney, of course.
Yeah.
And also, favorite thing about Disney parks is going on the rides, eating all the food, like I said. I don't like the walking, though. There's a lot of walking, but maybe it's good because you burn some calories off all the food you
help
ate.
you lose some weight.
Or help you not gain as much weight.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yep.
I'm going to look through the questions real quick, but I think we answered all of the ones. Let's
Go
see.
ahead.
These are all the questions. These are all the questions. Let's see. I think we answered all of them. And if we didn't answer your question, we apologize. We did not mean to skip it over. There's just so many questions we had.
I think we did all the
I'm just looking again. I'm looking again. I think we did. Okay, I think we answered all of them. Thank you guys for watching it. Not as long as part 1, but still 26 minutes. It's pretty long.
Long video.
It is. So if you're still with us, what are you doing? Like and subscribe to both of our channels if you haven't already. It'll be in the link in the description below or in the Facebook post for however you're watching. I don't know if we'll be able to put this on Facebook because it's so long.
Well,
I hope we're able to.
we'll play it by ear.
Like I said, we might actually split it to more parts. So, yeah. Thank you guys. Keep going and growing.
Yeah.
Love everyone always.
Yes.
And what else do you want to say?
I'll say.
That's what you always say.
I'll say Happy New Year. I'll say Happy New Year to everyone.
Have a
and
good 2021.
Yes. Hope we have 2021 be a better year. And
Yeah, and like Cliff Easter always says, I think it's something along the lines
adapt
of...
and overcome. Or
No. It was about New Year's resolutions. Something about New Year's resolutions being terrible, or I forgot exactly what he said, but he says he never makes a New Year's resolution, and I probably shouldn't too, but it's for YouTube. I'm not doing anything else, so
it's for the all the YouTube world and Facebook social media world.
So Cliff, if you're still watching this, write down what you always say about New Year's resolutions because I do not remember what you said.
Right, Cliff.
Yeah. So keep going and growing. Love everyone always. Peace out. Salud and happy wiggling.
See you guys. See ya.
See ya.
Have a good 2020, everyone.